Hi friends, it is Thriftmas day 2, so Merry Christmas. So if you missed the last video, I am taking you into my Goodwill every single day for the first 12 days of December, and we're going to see what we can find. We're shopping the new racks, we're looking at the kids' shoes, just a quick in and out, but I want to show you that even at Goodwill, with their higher prices, and I know they're not our favorite store, it's not my favorite thrift store, that I can still find some really good things, especially if your store lets you shop the new racks. Also, I think we need to have a little bit of Christmas fun, so let me know down in the comments what your favorite Christmas song is. Mine is Grown Up Christmas List. It is not very well known, but I absolutely love it. Sorry, the sun is like cutting me off. Also, in case you noticed during this video that my eyes look a little crazy, they're just dilated. I just came from an eye doctor appointment and now we're stopping into the Goodwill. So I'm kind of hiding here in the shade because the sun is really bright. My eyes are fine. Don't worry. Let's go thrifting. So the first thing I noticed right when I walk in is there is not a new rack right at the front like there normally is. I'm hoping that that is not a bad indicator for this trip. But they sometimes randomly have these carts here and I never can figure out why they're there. I don't know if people abandon them, but I sometimes see Goodwill workers coming over here and taking things and putting them on the racks. So it's a little bit of a mystery. Sometimes I look through them, but honestly, it's a little bit difficult. I saw a suit there, so I decided to check it. I see some American Eagle. Nothing is really catching my eye that's gonna necessitate me diving further, except for this like quilted puffer. These can do kind of well, so I was really trying to find a brand here, which is always a bit difficult, but I ended up passing on that one. So I do spot some new racks in the middle of the store, as you can see. So we are headed over to those. There is one right here at the front that we're going to check first. So cross your fingers for good luck in today's Thriftmasing. Kid stuff here at the front. I love these. Were so sparkly. They would be so cute for somebody for Christmas. Next, right away, I recognized these as cool pants, and I could not have been more excited. These sell so well for me. They always sell quickly. These are in absolutely fantastic condition. They're a bit skinnier, tapered than normal. They are women's size 2, but they are long, and I love buying long. Also, some Columbia at the bins. I would have grabbed those, but gonna leave them here for, $7. But cool for me is definitely worth $7. Hoping where there's smoke, there's fire, because sometimes when I find one good thing, I find more. I'm continuing to find Columbia, so definitely an outdoorsy person, and that's what leads me to these carrots pants. I was not familiar with these. They looked like maybe equestrian pants, so I decided to grab those, put them in my cart, and I will research them a bit later. So we will come back to those. I found some good things yesterday, so I'm really hoping that that trend kind of keeps up. I'm always worried to see if I'm going to be seeing the same things, and luckily I'm seeing different things so far, at least on the first new rack, because when you're shopping the same store back to back days, it can be a little difficult, but luckily this thrift store really rotates through stuff pretty quickly, and I'm really counting on that for the 12 days of Thriftmas, that they will continue to have these new racks out. I know I'm very blessed that my Goodwill actually lets me shop these. Sometimes they will come over and kind of wheel them away, and I just obviously step back and let them. I liked this vintage sweater. It's a really pretty like fall colors. I'm not going to pay up for that, but at the bins or something, I probably would have grabbed that at Dollar Day at that one store that I like going to. But yeah, so if the workers come over to start stocking, the shelves with this, I'll of course, let them do their thing. I'm trying to stay in their good graces. I definitely don't want to get on their radar for making them mad in any way, but the workers here are usually really nice. I thought this was the most little adorable shirt with those dogs, embroidered, but Torrid, I kind of don't get at normal Goodwill retail prices anymore. I used to get it when I was starting out reselling, but it would have to be really special for me to pay Goodwill retail prices. I will still get it, at the bins and the cheaper ones. I was trying to see what this says. I wasn't terribly familiar with that brand, but it didn't look like anything much. But yeah, so Torrid, I will grab at the bins, and I still do like selling it, but I'm not really going to pay up for it at these prices. So the racks normally go the kids stuff and then the women's stuff and then the men's stuff. I will be honest that I tend to check the women's stuff a bit better, but I do try to go through all of the men's stuff also, because you never know when you're going to find some really good things, like that row back that I found yesterday that already sold. I was really impressed by that. I'm going to keep my eye out for that in the future. And I have found some good, like really boring button down, shirts before. This was such a pretty dead stock vintage cardigan sweater. I'm not going to pay $12 for it, but all right, so this is an example of Polo Ralph Lauren, just a basic, Polo they have marked up to $11. I'm pretty sure they have a sign or a list in the back of the store that tells them, hey, Chico's marked this up, Talbot's marked this up, Polo Ralph Lauren marked this up. But then, some brands, they completely miss. So I know a lot of people avoid Goodwills because everybody says everything gets marked up, but there's still a lot of value to be found in here. I was so excited to get to the new racks right when I got here that I didn't even grab a cart. So here we go. There's my finds. I did look up these Carrots pants, and yes, they are like riding equestrian pants. They retail for quite a bit. I think I can sell them for maybe around 30 or 35, similar to the cool pants actually. So those were both good picks ups, and I'm feeling good about myself. Look at all of this like leftover Halloween stuff they're still trying to get rid of. I don't know where Goodwill gets all their stuff these days. So I went over to check the kids' shoes real quick, and I found these Nikes. These are $5. I could tell right away these are racing flats, like something a track or cross country runner might wear. I know that from experience. And at $5, I can't decide if these are a youth size or a really small women's size. So I'm going to investigate those later, but they look brand new. So either way, at $5, I am going to get them. Here's those Echo shoes that we saw yesterday. They are still sitting there. They didn't get tagged as kids' shoes, so I think somebody put them back. They are not in the best condition, but I think they were like $10 or $12, which means they were tagged as adult shoes. They would have only been around $8 if they had thought they were kids' shoes. So swinging over here to check again, I wasn't really expecting to see much. Always hoping for some Keens or Merrells are kind of my favorite. Sometimes I can find Nike and Jordan at these stores for not super high price. There's those Sperry's again, really hoping for those Keen Jungle Mocks, but maybe another day. So not seeing too much here. This I just thought was adorable. I didn't see this yesterday. I think it was just like Cat and Jack or Gap or something like that, but super cute. So I don't know why they decided to split up their shoes more recently. They have like the boots over here and some of the bigger kid shoes. Maybe that's how they split them up, is bigger kid shoes and little kid shoes. But also didn't really see too much over here. I have found some Doc Martens at this store quite a few times.
So while I was walking by the kids' clothes, look at what I found. It's like a full-length tiered ruffle area, but it's a nightgown. So I don't know how to not get this for my daughter. So we're definitely going to pick this one up. It's a size 8. It's perfect for her, and it is only $3.75. So Christmas shopping. Got it.
Back over to the new racks. Here's one that I probably could have left behind, but I love buying Patagonia. So at $5.29, I did buy this tank top. I love that it has the big Patagonia bear. I think when I was looking at the tank top prices, I didn't see too many of that. They just had like a tiny little logo. So I think that's going to help sell it. I think I'm listing this at like 30, so it's not going to sell for a ton. This I just thought was interesting. A cut for the cloth blazer. I'm used to only selling their jeans. Honestly, I didn't know they really had other stuff, but apparently they do. I decided not to get that, but who knows, maybe it could do well. All right, this J. Crew linen shirt, I could tell right away I recognized it. It says Irish linen, so I'm looking for the bear to make nut label right now. I bet it's on here somewhere, and there I found it. This is a collab fabrics line that J. Crew has done. I have sold it in men's. I have sold it in women's. It always sells really well. This is also an extra large tall, which is a fantastic men's size. It obviously needs a little steam, but other than that, it's in really good condition. So I was excited to find that one. It's not going to make me a ton of money, but it is tried and true. It always sells. It has a great sell-through. All right, so here was an interesting find. This is a Bonobos long sleeve, just plaid button down. I have also only sold Bonobos pants before, and I kind of want to try out their shirts, especially since it's an extra long tall. I am suspicious that that is the same person that donated the J. Crew item. But we're gonna see how that Bonobos does. If anything, it gives me a reason to try something different from the brand. Their pants have been slowing down for me, so I have been passing on those. Sometimes I have a couple that haven't sold. So we're gonna see. I was really hoping this was like Adriana Papel or something. It's really, really beautiful. It'd be great as like a New Year's Eve dress or holiday dress. It's only Coldwater Creek. But honestly, at the bins, I might have grabbed that based on style, but I decided not to pay up for it here. Here's a pair of H&M new with tag pants that they have at $14. Definitely out of my budget here. Quite a few new racks to go through still. The store is definitely keeping me busy. Not sure if somebody just put that back there or what was going on, but we're gonna dig back into the new racks. So we've got 10 more days of Thriftmas, guys. Let me know down in the comments what style you like better. Do you like seeing me hunt through every single piece on the new racks? Or do you like it better when I just show you what I find? I certainly can adjust. This kind of looked interesting to me, but honestly, I didn't even end up looking it up. These racks are packed. I had a lot to go through, so I'm just going to show you some favorites. I do pick up jerseys sometimes, but really never at Goodwill retail prices because they tend to be really, really marked up. This was marked at $16. I didn't even end up looking it up, but I do sometimes grab them at the bins or if I can find them at garage sales or things like that. I do always look up the specific team, the specific player, because I do like sports. I know more about certain sports than others, but even with my minimal knowledge, I definitely want to look up every single one because you never know. Sometimes they could sell well, sometimes they could flop. Okay, so I saw this backpack. I think somebody also like just tucked it over there with the scarves. So I decided to grab it and look at it. $16, I almost just put it back, but I was like, you know what, this feels really good. The straps are really interesting. It's got all these pockets. It just looks like good quality. And then I saw this Jack George's label. It says an American brand. It says genuine leather. It's got pockets. It's got a laptop sleeve all the way in the back. And guys, this was a really good find. This bag retailed for $375, and I found some really good sold comps and don't see very many listed. I'm seeing a lot for a smaller version called the Mini that it sells for like $50 to $75 repeatedly, but it looks like this big bag is a rare find. I'm planning on listing it for $125 and we'll see what happens. Okay, here's another beautiful holiday dress, standard price at $849 for dresses, and this is Aster the label. There's a time where I would have really loved to find this and I would have picked it up in a heartbeat, but I am really having trouble selling that brand. When it does sell, it can sell pretty well, but I just have too many pieces right now that haven't sold that I think should have, so I'm leaving it behind. I do always look up snow pants when I can see them in good condition to see if there's any good brands. That didn't seem to be one, so I left it. But snow pants, even adults do lots of playing in the snow too, as well as cleaning cars and shoveling driveways and all kinds of things. So they can do really well. So I get really excited about this one. I have never found a Baltic Born before, and yeah, this is new with tags.
I've never found Baltic Born before. I have always wanted to find Baltic Born. And now I found a size large, beautiful dress, new with tags for standard price. This is the Sarah Smocked midi dress. I think that's the find of the day. Yay!
So also on that rack, I found this Derek Lam 10 Crosby. Yes, those are eyes. Yes, I think it is adorable and I plan to wear it. I've already photographed this and my daughter was like, Mommy, it has eyes. And I was like, I know. It is so cool. She wasn't sure what to think. She did like the colors. But yeah, this was in great condition. I think this could do pretty well. I've done well with Derek Lam and even the 10 Crosby line. It is a diffusion line, so it's not going to sell quite as high as his main label, but still worth picking up to me for $5.25. This I liked, this Chico's, but I'm definitely not paying $20 for it. This is a like Guess puffer. And here I found some leather jackets. So I really struggled with this one. I liked it. It was in good condition. It is, I believe, a women's jacket, genuine leather. And then there's also this Mark New York one. I liked the style of the Wilson's one a little bit better, but all of these at a lower price. I would have grabbed all three of those. Same with this Columbia Little Kids puffer. But clearly somebody donated probably a whole bunch of winter coats. They just cleaned out their closet, got some new ones. I don't know. Here's a Michael Kors for $16. Ralph Lauren, they had priced up to $30. But after checking comps, I do end up leaving all of them behind, even the Wilsons that I put in my cart I leave back. They just were priced really high. I probably still could have made money, but they're heavy. They take up a lot of room in my inventory. I have to hang them upstairs. I don't have a lot of room right there. Moving on to a little bit of fun with the carts and carts and carts they have lined up out here. It's crazy. This looked like a speaker for an entertainment system of some sort. For all I know, it could have been really, really good. I'm staying away from electronics at this point in my reselling career, but who knows? Maybe down the road. But hopefully somebody else can get that to sell or for their own home or whatever it is. We love Ravensburger puzzles at my house, but we are all stocked up. We do not need more puzzles. I see so many puzzles at the thrift store. All the time. So many puzzles. Lots of DVDs, lots of books, lots of things that don't really interest me too much. You can see that I'm pushing that Wilson's leather jacket around for a while before I finally determine to put it back. I go back and relook at comps and just decide not to mess with it. More part of that entertainment system. It looked really nice. It looked in good condition, but it's just, I'm seeing a Colorama coloring book or something right there that I think I missed. I should have grabbed that for my sister. She lives out in Colorado. They do, as you saw yesterday, they mix in purses, they mix in shoes, they mix in books, they mix in everything into these. This just looked really nice. It's a Gianni beanie. I do put that on my cart to look up. It's genuine leather. I thought it was a cute style. But at what they marked it at, there just wasn't going to be enough. I probably would have grabbed it at the bins. This, for a hot second, I thought might have been a vintage Coach. It is not. But one of these days, I will find a vintage Coach, and I'll be very, very excited about it. Does anybody else get annoyed by this tag? What is it? Oh, it's just poof. Really thought it was Free People for a second there when I was shopping. But no, it's just poof. Gets me every time. It still gets me every time. All right, so they had rolled out another rack, and I found a couple pair of shorts. Shorts are $4.99 standard price. These are bonobos, which again, I've only ever sold bonobos pants, so we're going to try these shorts in addition to the shirt I picked up earlier. This is also a good find. These are purple, yes, but they are Peter Millar. So, I don't know. Purple shorts? Some golfer out there is going to rock in these outfits. This is also a FootJoy floral, $5.29 standard price. Don't be fooled. The little S right there, that is the size. I remember one time almost putting a FootJoy back at the very beginning, because I couldn't find a size on it until I finally realized. So I'm just looking at this post over. It really, really is nice. They have it marked at $9, and I really think it would probably only sell for like $25. Here's your, daily reminder to get your baskets at the Goodwill. I'm probably going to say this every day of Thriftmas. I'm very, very sorry because I know you'll get sick of it. I really loved this bowl. It looks wood, but it actually felt like ceramic, some sort of pottery. Like, I think that was all painted pottery, which is just absolutely stunning. This was an interesting one to look at. I probably should have looked it up. For all I know, it could have been really good. It looked like some sort of wetsuit, but it was $25. I was running short on time. I decided just not to mess with it. Oh, it was big like galoshes. That's right. And I don't know. For all I know, that would have sold for like $100, or maybe it's not worth anything at all. But to be honest, I didn't mess with it. I left it there for somebody else. This was a really cute like candy dish shaped like a heart. They've got lots of holiday stuff. This was definitely a hand pottery. It was signed on the bottom. I'm just imagining some like kid in high school or something making that and then moving out of their house and parents donating it. All right, for anyone that has not read The Giver by Lois Lowry, please do. It's great. It's great to read to a youth, your kid, when you feel that they're ready for it. All right, does everybody remember the fossil bag that I left there yesterday? It is still there. This looked like a fun game. A is for arson. Fun fact, my background is I have a degree in forensic science, so I don't know, that could be interesting. This looked super cute. I thought maybe if it was only a couple dollars, I'd grab it for my daughter. But at $12 for a little rubber bag, that was probably like $4 at TJ Maxx. I left it there. Here's another cute little vintage drinking glass that looked like, or pitcher, I guess I should say. It looked like it was hand painted. And the next day I ended up finding actually a whole set of those. It was really cool. More bags. I'm just trying to see if any have quality before I look at labels. I could tell on the outside that a bunch of these were peeling. I see Vera Bradley at my Goodwill all the time. I just don't even really look at it at all because they always have it priced too high for me to do anything with to resell. I've actually never ever sold a Vera Bradley. All right, has anybody tried this like slime stuff for their car? I have almost bought this a couple times and that one wasn't marked. If it was only a couple dollars, I honestly probably would have grabbed it. But let me know if that works. I don't want to buy it and then it just to get slime all over my car. All right, this I thought was a really interesting piece of art. I couldn't decide if it was like endearing and really beautiful or if it was absolutely creepy and I was gonna have nightmares over that little girl staring at me from the wall. So that was definitely left behind. It was signed, so I actually went back and looked it up off camera, but it wasn't worth picking up.
All right, I'm trying to find a quiet corner of the store to sort my cart really quick because it is busy here this afternoon, and I found way more stuff than I was expecting to, per usual.
So on my way to checkout, I saw this beautiful dress hanging here, and I thought it would be a beautiful dress for my daughter to wear at Christmas. So I did end up picking it up. I fell in love with it really quickly, but unfortunately it ended up being too small for her, so we did return it the next day, but it was only $3.75, so it would have been great if it had fit her. This Talbot's sweater is something that at like the bins or a lower price I might have picked up, but it was really pilly and expensive.
So I would say that's a pretty successful Thriftmas day too. I mean, when I found the cool pants right off the bat, I was like, it's gonna be a good day. Does anybody else feel that when the first find is a good one? It's just good vibes, right? So I got, I did two quick transactions. I got the Christmas dress for my daughter and the little pajama dress for her, as well as my favorite book, and that was like $8.35. So obviously I paid for that separately. And then I ended up getting 12 items to resell. The total, because I had the 20% off discount because I did donate something today, so I had that as well as some points. My store doesn't offer sales, but you do build up like redemption points. So I used $7 in points. So I spent $61.30 for those 12 items, which works out to be about $5.10 an item, which for my stores out here, that's pretty good. That also includes the backpack, which drives that price up a little bit. I did end up leaving the leather coat. It was just bulky. I knew I could have made money with it, but honestly, I have a lot of inventory and I just didn't feel like dealing with it. So I hope somebody else gets it either for personal use or to resell. And yeah, another successful day. I hope you guys are having fun with this. Leave me some feedback down below, and I will see you tomorrow for Thriftmas Day 3. So don't forget to subscribe, give the video a big thumbs up, and I'll see you next time. Bye.